All right, good day everyone. So here we are from group 6 from PIK BKN 15. Want to discuss about something important and maybe interesting for you. We would like to discuss about formal and informal language. So before we talk about when we use it, for who we use it, and why does it even matter for our daily life, our daily activities, we would like to introduce ourselves first. Okay, maybe from me, my name is Muhammad Agung Baskoro as your host for today, and then let our my friend introduce themselves. Maybe from Mr. Bhisma.
Hello everybody, my name is Bhisma Haryo Samodro. Like my other friends, I'm from PIK BKN. I'm absent number 5. Glad to see you all.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bhisma. And then maybe the second one is from Mr. Budi.
Thank you, Mr. Agung. To introduce myself. Hello, my name is Budi Sagara. I live at Sumedang, in West Java, and my job in Ministry of Transportation. Thank you.
All right, okay. The next one is Miss Rahma.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahma, number 25 in class, and it's great connecting with you guys. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Rahma. And then the last one, but not least, from Mrs. Novrima De Vita.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Agung. Okay, everyone. My name is Novrima De Vita. You can call me Vita. I live in West Sumatra, actually in Solok Selatan Regency. I'm working in tourism department before. Okay, I'm number 24 in the class. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you everybody. This one is from group 6. We would like I said before, we would like to discuss about formal language and informal language. So let's get into it. So guys, do you know about the characteristic of formal and informal language? Can anybody share with us today? Maybe from Miss Novrima De Vita first. Do you know about it?
Maybe I don't know well, but I want to try to the answer right. That characteristic of formal, maybe like a reason, control, and reserve, maybe. And after that, characteristic of informal, maybe like personal, casual, humorous, and light. Maybe just that I know. Okay, thank you, Mr. Agung.
Oh, all right, all right. So for the characteristic of formal language, like Mrs. Novrima De Vita said, is reason, control, and reserve, right? And the informal
right.
one is for like, humorous, and personal, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But any others characteristic for these two things about this? Maybe Mr. Budi,
Yes,
can I add it?
excuse me, Mr. Agung. Yes, I want to
Yes,
try.
go on.
I want to try answer to about in my opinion the characteristic of formal language are serious, objective, and impersonal. Formal language is often found in daily conversation. For example, for formal language, ladies and gentlemen, due to an unexpected accident, we saw apologies for the delay in starting the event. We would like to begin the ceremony in half an hour. Okay, that is example in sentences for formal language. And then, what are the characteristic of formal language? Among others, offhanded, loose, plain spoken, and simple.
Yes.
Informal language is often found in daily conversation. For example, sorry, I can't make it to come to your party. I've got something to do. Like this, Mr. Agung. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for Mr. Budi and Mrs. Novrima De Vita for the example. So I add first for the formal from Mr. Budi is like a serious, objective, and then impersonal. And then you already give us the example for the formal language, like maybe in the news article or news in the TV, right? And then in the formal, you add some others like offhanded, loose, plain spoken, and etc. And you already add some example for the informal language too. So thank you for the example and the characteristic from you guys. So when we already know about the characteristic from formal and informal language, we think, so why does it even matter? If is it matter in our daily life, our daily activities to differentiate from formal using formal language and informal language?
Mr. Agung, I would like to continue from Mr. Budi and Mrs. De Vita. I think it is matter because a visual or serious situation are often signaled by the use of formal language, while the ordinary or relaxed situation are signaled by the use of informal language. So, what decide for different situation or purpose? So that's my perspective. Maybe you guys can add some more.
Okay, I'll try to give my opinion about it. I think, of course, it's very matter because it varies by some factors like the type of occasion. It can be public occasion or private occasion, the size of the audience, and the relationship of the speaker and the writer with the audience, and so on. Well, some educated person often considered by ability to vary their language by the situation. Thank you, Mr. Agung.
Okay, so we already know about the matter for formal and informal language, like Mr. Bhisma said, and then from Miss Rahma said. So I want to maybe like giving an example maybe for the certain situation using formal and informal language. I said, maybe for formal situations, the formal language used for the job interview like that, and then maybe for writing essay like just like that using the formal language, right? And then for informal language, the situation for it, for example, when we talk with our friends, maybe in informal events, just like that, maybe the difference for the simple one is like for that. Okay, we already talk about the general for the two of these things for the formal and informal language. So we would like to talk about one by one for formal one and the informal one. So guys, what makes informal language? What even can we decide using this informal language?
Excuse me, Mr.
Right.
Agung.
Okay, Mrs. Novrima De Vita.
Yeah, thank you for the chance. Maybe I want to I want to give my opinion about the what makes the informal language. Uh, so actually, informal language is so simple. Maybe like a have the simple grammatical structure, and the second is the informal language have a personal evaluation written from the second or first person point of view. For example, is I and you next we maybe just that, but I'm not sure about the two or now. Maybe we can discuss again about that. Thank you, Mr. Agung.
Okay, informal language like Mrs. Novrima De Vita said about the simple grammatical structure and then personal evaluation written right from the first POV and the second POV. So I remember about the informal thing, informal language when we speak with our friends. I know about something like colloquial or slang vocabulary, just like that. Maybe someone know about it.
Okay, so in my opinion, colloquial language is one of informal language, right? It is used by people in daily or everyday speech. And the vocab in colloquial, I think, may last longer. The example of colloquial are being blue, used to refer being sad, or using the term like what's the buzz for a way asking if there is any news or report. Meanwhile, slangs is often used only by certain groups, such as teenager, and the vocab is created by the users. The example are salty, used for expressing bitter, angry, or maybe agitated, or bomb means really good. Like when someone says that sandwich was a bomb, yeah, it means the sandwich is really good or really delicious. Thank you.
All right, all right. Okay, now I know. So, slang maybe for daily activities, just like for the group of some community, right? Because if we talk about bomb, maybe it's a bomb, but maybe in a group of community, it's like you said about it's so delicious, it's so good, right? Okay, that's for informal language. So we talk about the next one for the formal language. So guys, what makes formal language?
Well, I want to express my opinion. So, formal language, even when spoken, is often associated with the convention expected of written standard English. So, that means what we are trying to express has to be clear and understandable in formal language. My second point is, although formality is not something we need to worry about in speaking, it is extremely important in writing because it is recorded. The knowledge we are writing is recorded through the written word, so it has to be formal. Thank you.
All right. So when I got the point from Mr. Mr. Bhisma, the what makes formal language is maybe for the first is formal. The language is formal for the first, and then maybe for the formality is not something you need to worry about in the speaking, right? Okay.
My
That's
point
the
is,
two. Mm.
my point is, you have to be clear, and it has to be clear and understandable to others.
All
So,
right.
yeah, it's
Okay.
using expected of written standard English in formal English.
Right. So different from the informal, which using like bomb just like that. In the formal language, you use the formal. Okay, we
It has to
understand
be
about
well
it
known for all the people, so
for
it has
all
to be
over the
clear.
world, right? Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bhisma. Okay, so are there any things about formal language?
Yes, Mr. Agung, I want to try give my opinion. In my opinion, what makes a language is formal? Formal language does not use constructions and then avoid personal pronoun such as you, I, us, me, and we. And then includes more polysyllabic, word. That means use a bigger word. more complex using complete sentences. It avoid colloquial or slang vocabulary. And then I did take personal slide, and it used consistent reference for learning words. Okay, I think so, Mr. Agung. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Budi already add some more about what makes formal language. Just maybe, for example, what I got is for formal language does not use contractions and then avoid using personal pronouns such as I, you, us, just like that. Maybe the difference is so clear in here because in informal using this, but in formal it used to avoid the personal pronouns and then avoid the colloquial and the slang words. Okay, thank you guys for the explanations about the formal and informal language. You guys already talk about anything about this, and maybe I think it's already enough. So that's all maybe for today for the discussion. We already got something in here. What we got here is maybe for example, the difference between formal and informal language, and then when we can use the formal language, such as when we talk about interview in the job, and then maybe when we write an essay for something, and when we use the informal language, such as for when we speak with our friends, when we play games with friends, we use the informal language, we use the colloquial, and we use the slang language, just like Miss Rahma said. And then the formal language may be more serious, more personal, more serious, more objective, and more controlled, like Mrs. Novrima De Vita said. And then maybe in informal, using personal language, using like language, and maybe it's humorous. Okay, maybe that's all, guys. Thank you for your attention. We're sorry about something, if there were some mistakes in here, maybe in grammar, maybe in the opinion or else. We're sorry about that. We're still learning in here, and we're still student in here. So thank you again. And then also thank you for our lecturer, Mr. Abdul Aziz, for giving us this assignment. Maybe we hope this discussion can be useful in our daily life, our daily activities. So that's all for today. I close this. Good day, everyone. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Thank
Good
you.
day. Thank you, Mr. Agung.